Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. Well, dear fans, friends, and subscribers, today I'm going to talk about a very exciting match that happened between Sri Lanka and South Africa, and this was played at Newlands with fourth one day international, and South Africa definitely did a great job of challenging a very big total which was put on by South Africa. In fact, South Africa went on to amass 367 for 5 after batting first on this wicket at Newlands in Cape Town, and which was led by Faf du Plessis, who actually hammered 185 runs of 141 deliveries, 16 fours and 3 sixes, and du Plessis was almost on the verge of eclipsing the record of former great player from South Africa, Gary Kirsten, who did it against United Arab Emirates when he scored 188, which is the highest by a South African in one-day internationals. So du Plessis played a firm hand. In South Africa, they raced 367 for 5, and now it was the turn of Sri Lanka to chase it. And Sri Lanka's chase was led by none other than the Sri Lankan captain, Upul Tharanga, who opened the innings, and Sri Lanka went with all guns blazing. They had nothing to lose. The only thing they needed was a win, and that was the only way to. And they really, I would say, really gave South Africa real fright by challenging a total of 368, which was scored with Upul Tharanga leading the way with what a knock. I would definitely say that Taranga's knock one could even rate it above du Plessis, because it was 119 runs of 90 deliveries, 11 fours and 7 stunning sixes from Upul Tharanga's bat. Upul Tharanga, one has never seen him have such an aggressive demeanor, but today he was totally on the aggressive. 119, and he got good support. He got support from Dikwala, the opening partnership of 139, Mendes a bit, Virat Kohli got his maiden 50, who was impressive. But other than that, finally they went down with all guns blazing, and that was good to see, as Sri Lanka were all out for 327, thus losing the match by 40 runs, and also they lost the fourth one-day international. Thus, the South Africans took a 4-0 lead in the series, and they already won the series, as you know, and du Plessis was man of the match. So I'm going to talk about the match now, and let's see what really panned out at Newlands in Cape Town. So just talking about the fourth one-day international that was happening between Sri Lanka and South Africa. The toss was actually won by the South Africans, and South Africa decided that they would bat first. The start was not so good at all. In fact, it was a very bad start, as Hashim Amla was caught by Gunaratne with the bowling of Lairu Kumara for 1, and South Africa had lost a wicket very early on in the innings after winning the toss. De Kock and du Plessis were in the middle, and then it started. There was a good partnership from du Plessis and de Kock, but du Plessis really playing second fiddle, I would say. He really tried to just be with Quinton de Kock, and Quinton de Kock was the one who was garnering the strike as well. But Quinton de Kock was scoring runs at a very quick clip, as he made 55 of 46 deliveries, 7 fours and 2 sixes. Really hammered them, and then du Plessis was also not far behind, in the sense he was also joining him, but Quinton de Kock was the aggressor at that stage. But once Quinton de Kock departed the scene, it was A.B. de Villiers coming in and joining du Plessis. And as you know, A.B. de Villiers and du Plessis form a very good pair, as you all know. And then we saw that A.B. de Villiers was more sedate, allowing du Plessis to really take on the mantle of the scoring, as he started playing some. Du Plessis started playing some wonderful offside strokes. He was also coming down the wicket to the spinners to loft them for sixes, and du Plessis was doing a fine job. Really, the South African innings was rolling along very well at that stage when du Plessis and de Villiers were at that time. So the third wicket, that was another partnership, and 137 runs partnership happened between de Villiers and du Plessis. And as I said, de Villiers was more of a sedate partner, and du Plessis was the one who was the aggressor. And then de Villiers was a victim when he was clean bowled round his legs by the spinner Sachin Patirana. He was gone for 64 of 62 deliveries, 4 fours. Duminy came in. Duminy made 20 of 22 balls, 2 fours, victim of Kumra, but du Plessis was getting into his element. If you look at du Plessis' innings, it was very nicely paced, one could say, and du Plessis, as I said, played some lovely offside strokes today, and suddenly he was on his way, and what a delivery received when the score was 98, a real toe crusher from Lairu Kumra, which could have found the base of the stumps, but du Plessis dug it out in such an admirable manner that the ball raced to the boundary. And what a relief that would have been for du Plessis, that he did not miss it, because it was razor sharp delivery from Lairu Kumra when he was on 98. And then finally, when the South African innings closed at 367 for 5, with a big roar for du Plessis, as du Plessis contributed 185 of 141 deliveries, 16 fours and 3 sixes, and that was a big score at the Newlands of 367 for 5. And South Africa would have probably thought at that stage that yes, they have done their job. Sri Lanka are not going to challenge this, but I'm sure South Africa would have been taken by a bit of a surprise as Sri Lanka challenged the total head-on. Kulashekara, look at the bowling. The bowlers really went for a leather hunt here. Kulashekara 10 overs, none for 74. Kumara was good, but look at the way he leaked runs. 7 overs, he was crashed for 73, 2 wickets. Madhushanka, who bowled impressively in the previous game, I have to say that he also got a bit of tap. 10 overs cost him 69 with 1 wicket. Dhananjay de Silva 3 overs, none for 18. Sandakan 8 overs was hit for 62. Patirana 2 for 55. Gunaratne none for 16. Now, as far as the chase was concerned, as I said, Sri Lanka were given a target to chase, which was 368 in 50 overs, and Sri Lanka started off in blazing fashion, I would say, with Niroshan Dikwala and Tharanga looking in punitive mood, especially Upul Tharanga and also Niroshan Dikwala, and definitely the South African bowlers were made to think, as Parnell and Pretorius were torn apart by Tharanga and Dikwala, as it was really it was such a forced attack by the Sri Lankan openers that the captain A.B. de Villiers had to bring on the spinners early, but that was also not making any impression, as they were looking in some real tearing form. Even Imran Tahir was brought into the power play, could not get a handle on them, and things were not really looking good, and they had got the team off to a real flyer, as they had already put on 139 runs for the first wicket in 16.1 overs. But then It was Dikwala who was the first victim, but after making 58, Pretorius picked up his wicket. He's gone for 58 of 47 deliveries, 9 fours. But Upul Tharanga was an absolute master. He was caning the South African bowling to all parts of the ground, and also he was hitting those wonderful sixes. And as I said, it was very good to see Upul Tharanga show his aggressive self today, which was really good to see. And Upul Tharanga was really going like a train, and he was the one who was leading the Sri Lankan innings absolutely from the front. Mendes joined him. Mendes contributed 29 of 34 deliveries, 3 fours, being a victim of Parnell. But after that, it was Mendes was gone when the score reached 203 in the 28th over, and Taranga finally, after really giving some great entertainment to the spectators here in Newlands in Cape Town, departed after making a punishing 119 of just 90 deliveries, 11 fours and 7 sixes, which was hit by Upul Tharanga. So that made it 200, but then Upul Tharanga was out for 119 to the bowling of Pandal, so 216 for 3, and then Virat Kohli came in. Now Virat Kohli, as you know, he had opened in the, he was the person who opened in one of the one-day internationals, but here Virat Kohli was given number 4, but he really showed that Virat Kohli really showed that what an additional, what a good player he could be, as he started whacking the South African bowlers in his own way, and he had raced to a 50, his maiden 50. He made 58 of just 51 deliveries, 7 fours and 1 6. And as far as Virat Kohli was there, hope was there, but Dhananjay De Silva proved to be a bit of a failure, and he had a very dismal one-day ODI series, one could say. But Dhananjay De Silva was cheaply dismissed by Rabada for 5. And then Gunaratne contributing 38 of 30 deliveries, 3 fours and 1 6. And as far as, and then Kulashekara was given the pinch, he came in, but it was LBW ball Imran Tahir for 1. And basically when Virat Kohli was there at the crease, Sri Lanka definitely had hope that they could probably go and usurp the South African score of 367, which didn't happen. And once Virat Kohli's wicket fell, that was the end of the Sri Lankan innings, because he fell when the score was 317. He was the 7th wicket to go, but not before getting it to his maiden 50 in one-day internationals, 58 of 51 deliveries, 7 fours and 1 6. But after that, it was nothing that Sri Lanka could do, as the tailenders succumbed to the South African bowling, with Kulashekar out for 1, Patirana 1, Madhushankar 6, Sandakan 1, Lair Kumar not out 1, 327 all out. Thus Sri Lanka losing the match by 40 runs, and South Africa leading the 5-match series 4-0. Looking at the bowling, one thing that I would like to say here, Imran Tahir, who had really proved a sort of a real thorn for Sri Lankans to negotiate, today he was hit beyond imagination, because look at the bowling figures of Imran Tahir. He was given cavalier treatment. 10 overs were carted to the tune of 76 runs and 2 wickets to show besides his name. Pardon 9.1 over, no more than 58 runs and 4 wickets, came back hard in the final analysis. Pretorius hit was 255, Dumini 1 over for 12, Rabada 2 for 50. Shamsi also got a bit of got a clatter there, 10 overs 1 for 60, and Behari none for 9. Plessis got the man of the match award. But one thing I have to say here, dear friends, subscribers, what a chase from Sri Lanka. They made a good fist. They really made a real fist of this chase, and they definitely gave a bit of a scare to South Africa, which is good to see. So that's it, dear fans and subscribers. As far as today's cricket show goes, I have nothing else to share, and I will be meeting you all tomorrow. That's on my next cricket broadcast. Till such time, it's good night.